doing? They're running us around.
With our latest Gemini models, our AI overviews are at the quality and accuracy you've come to expect from search and are the fastest in the industry. For those who want an end-to-end AI search experience, we are introducing an all-new AI mode.
For this one, I want to talk about, so in the past I've talked about when products don't really assert the purpose of, you know, what they're meant to satisfy, and how that kind of leaves that task up to us, or the people who use it, right? And how I think that's the fool's errand, right? Because you're doing their work for them. They're just giving you a general purpose thing, and then you're kind of finding ways that you think it's useful. And I want to talk about kind of just quickly about what can happen when that happens. And I want to use Google search as an example for this, because I think it might seem strange because it's search, like what more do they need to say? But when you look at search, Google search, and especially now with all of the AI, kind of the AI summaries and all the AI they're jamming into Google search and all the Google products, just like Microsoft, search is getting worse. The results are not as relevant. And, there's been evidence that this is deliberate to keep people on Google search as long as possible rather than clicking out. And what I realized for myself is one of the reasons that it's so annoying is because of what I believed Google search to be. And I think I should be clear that I'm not trying to give them some sort of excuse for doing what they're doing. I just want to show the loophole that they've kind of managed to create by never really saying anything more than it being a search or a search engine. And so the mistake that I made was projecting my view that it was a web search, right? It was a put in your keywords or your search query and get returned links for websites, web pages, whatever, that are relevant to that search query. And one of the things that I perceive that to be is to give me a list, right? Sure, you can prioritize them, but I don't want just one, right? I don't want the answer. I want links, right? So I can choose which one I think is going to be best for me. Or, because I want lots of them and I want to compare and understand a subject from different perspectives. And that's what a web search is. But there's little pieces of evidence and big pieces of evidence along the way that Google has always been about pursuing the goal of being an answer search, where there's one answer that's correct and then you can walk away happy or search for something else because they want you to stay on their site. So right from the beginning, you've got PageRank, which will turn out to be the best web search algorithm compared to the others. It made me convert from Alta Vista to Google pretty much instantly when I saw the quality of the results. But you've got, from the beginning, Google has had the I'm feeling lucky button. And I think if you can look at it not as like a silly joke that's just gone on too long, right? But as a serious kind of statement of intent, right? That they are so confident that PageRank was designed to boil the answer to the top. Because that's what the I'm feeling lucky button is, right? It's just like instantly go to the top result. I don't know what the analytics on that button are, but I don't think I've ever met anybody who took that button seriously. So then you've got moments like this where Eric Schmidt is, I think it's in 2006, talking about Google's intentions. And again, it couldn't be more clear.
When you use Google, do you get more than one answer? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's a bug.
Yeah.
We have more bugs per second in the world. Because we should be able to give you the right answer just once. We should know what you meant. You should look for information. We should give it exactly right, and we should give it to you in your language, and we should never be wrong. That's our challenge.
And now you've got things like AI summaries and all of these things which are, pretty much designed to try to get you something before you click out of Google, right? And it's debatable about whether the intention has always been to keep you on Google, but I think it's clear to me that the intention has always been to provide an answer, an ultimate answer, and not fit what I kind of interpreted search to be, because search is a very vague term, right? Which was that it would be a tool for web searching, because when Google replaced Alta Vista for me, Google replaced a web search. And so I just carried over my perception from Alta Vista to Google. And so there I was. I was doing the fool's errand and defining my own purpose for Google search, which is now completely incompatible with what their obvious own internal perception of Google search's purpose is.